I'm static, roaming through your radio, interference to the signal, disturbance to your favorite show. I'm panic, playing back in stereo. I was stranded by the ripple of this broken speaker cord.
Something I've been thinking about for quite some time is, you know how there's those Christmas games, those horror games about Krampus, or there's a lot of those indie games that like Queso plays or whatever. Why aren't there Hanukkah ones? You know, that would be terrifying. Why aren't you like someone that goes in to rob a bank? Oh no, how about you traveling through the sewers of New York City? You know, that would be terrifying. And then just a Hasidic Jew jumps at you, just like, oi, hey. I think that would be absolutely terrifying. What would be like nightmarish? Any Jews in the crowd tonight? Anybody? No Hasids in there? All right. Well, you know, I think this is not a live. This is not a what is it called? A live show or the live studio audience or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. This is the Pidge from the Pigeonhole, and this is a show that comes out monthly, and you go into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page and you submit your stuff into the Pigeonhole, whether it be memes, whether it be political views, because this is the only political talk show on WSRR. Just because I bring up some funny little things that go on, that's not true. We're not a political talk show over here. You send stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord, and then it will appear on the next episode, no matter how rancid it is, because it will happen. I will put it in the episode. So go to Styles Rebel Radio, look it up on the Discord page, and you can submit it into the Pigeonhole section. I'm the Pidge. Again, once a month, get it done. And these are the things that are going to happen. Fun thing about the last episode, it was one of the highest episodes that we have played. So thanks, gays. Appreciate it. The last episode's gays listen up, and they listened up. That's for sure. Perked their little ears up, their little buttholes up for me. That's what I think. Thank you, gays. You guys rock. I guess. Rock hard. No, not rock hard. That's stupid. That's like a joke that my dad would make. Or it's like my grandfather would make. It's like, rock hard. You know. All right. We'll get to the first post that was submitted to the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page after episode 51. And it's from Style, and it's a text feed. And it's someone's mother that's texting him. And it's 3 messages from mom. It says, we will have a talk tonight about your behavior. Why do you dress like these anime girls? Your brother showed me what you've been doing on the internet. Ooh, dressing up like those anime girls. What kind? Are we talking like Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball, or are we talking Hatsune Miku? Because those are way too different. I mean, Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball is just a trad China wife. If you really think about it, Dragon Ball is just a Chinese show. I don't want to go down the Chinese Dragon Ball rabbit hole. I mean, I can give you a quick glimpse of it. Goku wears the symbol on his chest. Krillin, Shaolin monk, Tien, achieved enlightenment, third eye, literally. Frieza is Japanese because he hates those dirty monkeys. Dirty little monkey. Which is said a lot in the gaming community. You know why. I think we all know why. You know why. Yeah, what kind of anime girl? Because if it's Hatsune Miku, that's kind of concerning. If it's Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball, that's okay, I guess. If it's a dude doing it, well, gays, listen up. Yeah, that's a good, yeah. I feel like those are the only 2 kinds of people that dress up as anime. Or those really jack dudes that dress up as Dora the Explorer. That's awesome. That's an anime, you know? Can you imagine an anime Dora the Explorer? Like the dub on that would be crazy. Just like super intense, kind of like JoJo or Dragon Ball again. Like, can you find the map? That's what she sounds like. That's my Dora impression. Can you find it? What the hell is the Boots? What's her monkey's name? Does she have a monkey? Am I blanking on? Dude, am I having a stroke? What does Dora have? Is it a monkey? Dude, Dora experts, put it in the pigeonhole. Put it in the chat. We'll see you. We'll appreciate you over here, WSRR. We love you. I was a Go Diego Go guy myself, and the only reason I was a Go Diego Go guy was not because it was a guy, because Diego had a cat. He had a little cat. I forgot what his name was. He had a cat, and I was like, dude, that guy rocks. That guy's sick. Rad to the bone. Next post is Noah submitted it, and it's who is Nirvana's lead singer? If you look it up on Google, Nirvana's lead singer. Anybody know? 3, 2, 1, say it. John Nirvana. John Nirvana. Look at him. He looks beautiful. He looks like David Spade if he was blonde. You know, a combination of David Spade and Brad Pitt. If you ever wanted to think of that combination, they don't really look too different. And the fact that, you know, they're pretty much the same guy. Both killed Hitler in Inglourious. That's stupid. I don't know. Dude, where does my brain go every time I do these episodes? I don't understand. I feel like I'm just trying to fill in holes just to not leave awkward silence in there. So you're like, oh, did my phone turn off? Oh, did I lose internet connection? What's going on? No, I'm literally just having a blank because there's a lot of things going on in my head, and a lot of it involves the current state of Israel. A lot of things involve the current state of Israel. That's what I think Fuentes is going to, if he just keeps going on this road for like 5 years, he's going to start sounding like RFK. Which is, like, Fuentes sounding like RFK is pretty much just like the old, like, Riddler cartoons from Batman. It's just like, Candace Owens! You know, it's just those old school guys. Is that, I don't know what the Riddler sounded like. I haven't really watched it that much. I wasn't really a superhero kid growing up. Not really. Unless you're talking about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Anywho, Style posted, what is this? What is this bastardization of the Frankenstrat from, it looks like a Facebook Marketplace find, and it's a green Van Halen guitar, but it's a Les Paul. But it's not a Les Paul because it's not a Gibson. Dude, speaking of the Riddler, is there a adult version of the Riddler called the Diddler? I think that would be pretty scary. The Diddler. I mean, that's Diddy. We got a bunch of diddlers out there. I mean, the Epstein files were released. And I mean, from what I've heard, a lot of it is like where they're blacked out, where it looks like a Black Ops 1 loading screen. They literally just use the black highlighter. So you can just copy and paste it, remove the black highlighter on a lot of it. Which, you know, now that the Epstein files were brought up, something's probably going to happen to this episode. Because, you know, if you want more evidence of like, no, that can't happen, dude. That's such a fake thing. Things don't do, nothing happens. Dude, literally listen to After Midnight with Style. That dude's stuff gets turned off all the time. All of his audio will randomly turn off just because he mentions Israel, because he mentions the Epstein files, because he mentions JFK. All the buzzwords in the algorithm is just like, I want you to hush it up, white boy. Get back in motion. Stay in motion. A white boy in motion stays in motion. That's our motto here at Styles Rebel Radio. That is the new style. That's the new shirt. Style, make it happen. White boy in motion stays in motion. And I guess it's just a picture of Epstein. That'd be good. That'd be a good one. All right. Next post. Style. Frankie Foxtrot says, bro, the bank does not mean outstanding, as in exceptionally well spent. It's saying you're broke. Dude, they compliment you every time you have an outstanding balance. Duh. You know, big pole guy standing on poles and stuff. Outstanding balance. See, this is what I was talking about before. How much can I drag on a joke? Like, can I drag on a joke that was like somewhat mildly funny? It's like, it's an outstanding as an exceptionally well broke, unless you're broke. You know, it's just, how long can I keep making balance jokes? This is just the mind of somebody that has to do this for 25 minutes. That's what this is, you know? I get and understand comedians more when they're like, all right, you have to fill in 20 minutes. And then they sit there and they're in a crowd of like people from Philly. And they're like, you know what? I tried the Philly cheesesteak for the first time. I tried it with tomatoes. And they're like, hey, what? I know you did not try it with tomatoes. That makes no sense. Dude, I'm spiking. My audio levels are crazy. And yeah, I think all people from Philly sound like, I think they sound like the Hutts from Star Wars. The Hutts or, no, the, what are those people? The Geonosians. They kind of sound like Geonosians, you know, from Star Wars. Just, yeah, that's what they all sound like. People from Philly, you can confirm it. Just type that. How do you guys even type? How do you guys even like get in Uber when you sound like that? We're out here with the Philly hate crowd because, you know, it needs it. Style also said, maybe making love to your drummer is only cool if you're Jack White. Style on his Jack White craze again, dude. Mention Jack White to this guy, and he's not going to shut up about him. And I know he's going to send me a text after this episode out. He's going to say, hey, buddy, listen up. Jack White is the greatest and ever will be of all time. That's what Style would say to me. And, you know what? I'm going to take a strong stance here. Don't like him. Don't like his music that much. Just don't. Never appealed to me. Never appealed to me. This is a big position here on Styles Webber Radio. Oh, yeah, he's all right. Again, kind of looks like David Spade. I think. No, he kind of looks like Johnny Depp. Yeah, he's a Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp of music. That's Jack White. Also, making love to your drummer. I don't even know where that is. Is that a song? Is that a term? It's just a term that's been around for a while. I know Hank Williams Jr. has his song Dinosaur. He's like, about making love to your drummer. Like, what is that? What is that? Days. You would know. Hit me up. Yeah, hit me up in the Styles Webber Radio Disc. Actually, hit up Style. Hit up Style. He'll know. He'll know that you guys are after him. What is this? Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Style sent it's a wallpaper. And it's the Minecraft dirt block. It's a wallpaper or it's painted. I mean, you're acting like you're gonna have me sitting here like this is something out of the ordinary to have a Minecraft dirt block as your wallpaper. That goes hard. Imagine being absolutely just pissed to the bone using Ukrainian UK terms for being drunk. Being absolutely pissed. Imagine being absolutely pissed. And you get to see the Minecraft block. The dirt block on your wall. Yeah, that'd be sick. If you were a Minecraft block for a day, which one would you be? I think I would be andesite. That's my vibe right now. You know, andesite. People just kind of leave me alone. People leave me alone unless they're like ultra neurodivergent and you're like, no, this actually has a use in the game. No. Yeah. Oh no, I don't like this. Style sent me a link to Facebook because he still uses Facebook. What is this? Oh my gosh, it's Ohio's DMV They released 894 rejected vanity plates for 2025, or like license plates. What is the first one? MILF MBL? What is MBL? What is MILF MBL? I gotta Google this. There's like 16 of these. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I gotta look this. What is MBL? Typing into Google, non-incognito. MILF MBL. What, mobile? No, I'm not going. Okay, it just took me straight to porn websites. I'm not doing that. Horrible. Horrible. There's D's nuts. DE5 nuts. That's banned. So if anyone's going for D's nuts, you can't do it. Love meth. Can't do that. 69 LMAO. Can't do that. Poop sack. Can't do that. That's bad. On meth. Can't do that either. On my way. OMW 69. YB. On my way 69. Young blood is what I imagine YB is, right? Sure. Can't do gay fart. That's a tragedy. Can't do I'm horny. Why would you make that your license plate? That'd be a pretty funny license plate. But you have stickers. You can have an entire thing that says I'm horny on the back of your car, which is pretty much all, like, I'd imagine, like, Subaru Outback drivers have. It's just an I'm horny tag. If they're under the age of 50 and you drive a Subaru Outback, I'd imagine you just have an I'm horny sticker on the back of your car already, right next to your hiking boots sticker. And yeah, I don't know, and your Dutch Bro sticker on the back of it too. Yiddies can't do. Can I say that? What is shiggles? What is? Ooh. Am I okay? Shiggles? What is that? A slang term for spontaneous fun, joy, or doing something silly for the heck of it. They pulled up shingles. Oh, it's shits and giggles. Okay. Okay, shiggles, shits and giggles. We got it. We figured it out. We absolutely figured it out, chat. There's no live chat. No live audience either. The only live audience right now is a dog that's sitting right next to me. German Shepherd. As long as the 6 bodybuilders that are right behind me, in case you decide to break into the house. I got 6 bodybuilders right behind me that are ready just to mess you up. And, okay, what else do we got here? We got the Minecraft wall. We got, YouTuber submerges a 3-meter statue of handsome Squidward just to annoy future archaeologists. 3 meters. Wow. In freedom language, that's about 9 feet. That's the most American thing I could say today. European audiences, I know you just rolled your eyes at that. Yeah? Well, guess what? I think the only reasons why Americans don't like Saudi Arabians is because we perceive Saudis as having more freedoms than Americans. Americans look at a Saudi and they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can have 5 wives and you can tell your wife not to drive and they just obey you? What do you mean? That's because, you know, Europe is Saudi Arabia. It is now, pretty much. But, you know, that's what it is. Saudis, that's another one that's going to get this episode deleted. It's just talking about those guys. You know? Women, beautiful. Beautiful Saudi Arabian women. Have I ever met one? No. No, not at all. We're on the internet so much, we claim that we know about the Saudis, but we never talk to one. It's like, yeah, Turkish people are like this. I've seen Instagram reels about them. Okay, buddy. Okay. What else did Styles send? That's a pineapple pizza. Oh, okay. Jake sent me a pineapple. It's a pineapple sliced in half, and they put cheese and pepperoni on it. I want a Chicago-style pineapple pizza. See, now I probably pissed off everyone from Chicago. I'm going after everybody today. I started with the Jews. I went to the Saudis. I went to people from Philly, Chicago. Not in that specific order, but, you know, it's been there. Wait, did I get anybody else? I'm not going after the gays today. You got to listen to the last episode for that, I think. Did I go? Yeah. That's just what it is over here. Jake also sent replying to Kennedy. It's before RFK, and it's a picture of Santa being all plump and happy, and then after Santa after RFK, and he's thin. So, thank you, Jerome Powell, for doing that. How wonderful. And then we have Garth Brooks as Chris Gaines, Lost in You, from the full length of available September 28th, 1999. Is that really what Garth looked like? Or is that Chris Gaines? Is Garth Brooks still alive? Is it a thing? Is he still around? Like, is he alive? Yeah, can we get a Garth update? Garth Brooks. Age. Yeah, he's 63 years old. He's still kicking. Where's he at? Where does Garth Brooks live, dude? Can we get an update on him? I'm sure he was probably on Epstein's Island. Where is Garth? Jake Styles said, "What's funny about this?" And it's a ravioli cake with hot dogs in the middle, Lizzie's in the middle. Guess you ever see how hot dogs are made? I feel like every time, forget I ever said that. I feel like every time you bring up hot dogs or glizzies in a conversation, there's always somebody who's like, "You ever see the videos on how they're made? You ever see the factory videos on how hot dogs?" There's always like one of those conversations. Whenever you bring up slop, like, yeah, they just take all this part of it, just put it through a factory. You should just watch this. It's like with everything. Have you seen how they make ice cream sandwiches? Have you seen how they did that? It's like, yeah, buddy. You know what? I'd probably still eat it. Once in a while, you got to get a Speedway Glizzy. The Speedway Glizzies. If that's not a band, make it one. Lithium is changing to the Speedway Glizzies from now on. Or the QT hot dogs. I think that's something that has to happen. Next post is by Style. It says, "Ignored the small door that appeared in my apartment 3 days ago, and now it's gone. That's how it's done." Small door? What kind of door are we talking? We talking like cat door? Dog door? Medium-sized dog door? Dutch door? If you don't know what Dutch door is, it's the one that opens up at the top and halfway in, halfway at the bottom. It wants to, because, the Dutch are short. Well, what kind of doors are we talking about here? I don't know. Style sent me a photo of the Detroit Cowboy, and he has a cutting board that's a penis, and a book that says, "Fuck off, I'm coloring dicks." Coloring book for adults. He looks so happy. Everyone, I hope you had a great Christmas where you're happy enough as the Detroit Cowboy who had a penis cutting board. So, you know what? Style made me do it. I didn't say one F-bomb this entire show, and he made me do it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jake sent dude, why are y'all on Facebook? Send me Jake on Facebook, because he's like 40 years old. It's a video. I can't really play it over the... I can't really play it over the thing. I can't really sync up the audio. It looks like an old commercial. We'll describe what's going on here. Kid ran in, showed his sister something, and then a young girl said something about dishes, and that is the Church of Latter-day Saints. And we haven't talked about the Mormons that much. Can we touch on the Mormons? Yeah. The best thing that Mormonism brought to America was Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas. I'm going to hold to that statement. If you don't believe in me, you're just not a true LDS, Anywho. The information pimp. Okay, I thought it said pump. The information pump. Says, being an independent contractor sucks for a lot of reasons, but it also affords the unique ability to tell people to F off, I'm not saying it again, I'm only doing it once, style, in delightful ways. And you want me to read this entire text thread? Bro, the internet's, dude, the attention span of the people listening are going to be like, you want me to read the whole thing? One person? Okay, fine. Hi, Caleb. I just informed you weren't on the morning stand-up call this morning. How come? Yeah, dude, I was asleep. I basically never joined those. Going forward, morning meetings are a requirement for employment. I expect you to be on the call 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, that sucks for you guys, but I'm not an employee. My contract says nothing about required hours or daily meetings. You really need an attitude adjustment. If you aren't the next call, you're fired. Your choice. You can fire me if you want, but you guys have to pay me through the 18th of next month regardless, so I'm definitely sleeping in tomorrow. Enjoy your meeting. You guys really ought to read the contracts. You have signed pretty wild stuff in there. Okay, thanks, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you for the contractor drama. Thanks for bringing me contractor text drama in there. What? Appreciate it, man. All right, and then we got our last photo for today. It's another text thread because we want to be reading articles over here. We want to be reading friggin' paragraphs over here. Someone liked the photo. Someone said, "Who's your friend?" My brother? Yeah, in the first pic. Is he single? Seriously? He's married. Sorry to disappoint. Oh, okay. I guess you'll do. Whoa. Sorry, that's not a way to get started. Good luck out there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Dating apps? Hate them. I know some people have probably met the love of their lives on dating apps. Don't like them. Don't like them one bit. I think the next pigeonhole is going to be pretty interesting because for 90 days, I'm going to be kind of going away from social media. That's starting January, something like that. So I'm literally just going to, like, imagine an Amish person reacting to these memes, and that's going to be me. I'm just going to be going away from social media. I'm going to be going away from a lot of internet, just external stuff. I'm going to be spending time with, in-person connections, family, friends, gay, whatever, gay. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if I become a more peaceful person in the process until I start these episodes of the Pigeonhole, and then you guys just get me riled up. But this was a Pigeonhole. Comes out once a month. Submit your stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page. We have an app, WSRR. Download the app. It's free. Support the local musicians. Support the local scene. We're tired of corporate BS over here in America. That's the reason why your rent is $2,000 a month. So, support local, not the corporations. WSRR. Check it out. Thanks to Style. I got a shit. So, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
In the night, with the groove so bright, the pitch takes flight, shining his light. Tweets from the timeline, nonsense and glee, breaking it down, come vibe with me. Tweet of the week, it's never blink. Free like a leak, laughter's the goal, that's what we see. In the pigeonhole, let the laughter roll. Even Sanofsky, he's on a stroll. With ridiculous tweets, we're never alone. Join the Minute Cast and make it your own.
Preceding program is a StylesRebelRadio.com production.